Right, welcome to another lesson in High School ICT. In this lesson we want to create a query. I'm going to use a query wizard and I want to show you how we use runtime calculations. So first I'm going to use the expression builder, show you how that works in a minute, to create a new field within the query, and then I'm going to show you how we can use existing fields, or rather not fields, how we can use existing functions within the fields within the query to extract data. So I've gone and changed or created a new table. I've got the different students, I've got the year group, I've got the different subjects that they've done. So John Brown, we've got maths, and then English and ICT, and I've got the term marks, and I've recorded the totals. Over here I also used, for interest's sake, I used a function called totals, and if I grey that out it disappears, to work out the totals for term 1, term 2, term 3. That's within the table. I can also put the average, I can put maximum, etc. Okay, so that's just something to add. Right, let's go and create our query. So once again, create query grouping, query wizard, and click OK. I'm going to take everything across just to create a general query. Okay, click next and modify. Always remember to click that. Always remember to give it the title according to what the examiner has stipulated in the exam paper. And then we're going to click run. And they might, again, just to reiterate, I said in the previous video, they might ask you to only display certain criteria. If they ask that, that means what it doesn't mean is do not make the mistake not using all the fields or some of the fields that will be necessary to get a outcome. However, what you would need to do then is just deselect the ones that mustn't show. For example, if I deselected these three, email, surname, name, for example, then it means that that mustn't be displayed. We only want to see marks. But I needed those, the name, the surname, to pull the information. And let's say we just want to show the marks that the students got for the different subjects, but we don't want to actually display their names. Then we would deselect those, and if I click run, you can see here I've got, so I can say, right, the student in here 10, these are his or her marks, so we don't display any names. All right, good. So let's go and create a query where I'm going to use the expression builder. Yes, we'll save it, and once again we'll go through our steps and we'll pull, interestingly enough, just have a look here, and I'm glad that this error popped up. Please make sure that you select the table and that you don't create a query on a query. That would be a problem. So I want that name, surname, I don't need the email, and I need all of these. Actually, I don't need quite all those, but that's fine. We'll pop those in, and next, and modify, and I'm going to call this average. Click finish. Okay, so I now need to go and create a new field called average, because if I run it, then we will get this query over here. I want to have another column called average. I'm going to go to builder, okay, in the query setup grouping, and I'm going to look for total, double click in it, and you can see it has square brackets around it. If you need to type it in yourself, remember to always put in square brackets. If you kept your field names as one word, then you won't need to put the square brackets in. The computer will put it in automatically for you, or Access will. I'm not sure how the other database software work. We're concentrating on access. Okay, and then we're going to say divide by 3 because there were 3 terms. And we'll click OK. And now I'm going to go and change this name, and I'm going to say term average. I'll run it. And when you see these hashtags, it just means you need to extend it a bit wider, and there I have the term average. Alright, good. Let's go and create a query where we pull let's say we want the maximum mark for the student, the minimum mark, and yeah, let's say we pull those out of the query. Right, here's my query that I've set up, and I'm going to, before I run it, I'm going to pull certain information. So I'm going to go and click totals at the top. Okay, and you see when I click, it will show total group by, and I'm going to click in my total by my year marks. I'm going to click on, let's say we want the max, so the highest mark. I'm going to run that. There's the highest mark, and if I group that by the smallest mark, there we have that. So this just helps when you need to filter information a lot better. We did average. I can do average again of all their marks. Remember I did an average for the term, and run. There we go. Okay, and let's see when we add extra. So I want to have the average, I want to have the max, I want to have the min, and say the sum. Let's see how that works out. Right, so I've gone and added in more fields using total. So I've average, min, max, and count, and it's run, and you can see it's given me the average, the smallest, the largest, and then count 3 terms. Alright, so remember that when you want to create a field, just to recap, let's go back to this one over here, and you want to use the expression builder, then you will make sure that you have, you don't have to use the expression builder, you can actually type it in yourself. So I could have said term total, say, and then remember to put the colon, and then I'm going to put my square brackets, and then I will total and square brackets again, and whatever else I'm going to do. Okay, alright, so make sure that I have square brackets. So that is the other way of doing it, but it's easier to use the builder to set up the criteria that you want to draw the information from. Until next time then, take care.